All right, in this video, we are going to work through this problem, example problem. It says write a program that contains variables for the area and radius of a circle. The program should compute the area of the circle using the formula a equals pi r squared and then print the results to the screen. Okay, so start a new file, right? And then we'll start off as always with the class header, public class, and give it a name. I'm just going to call mine area circle, and then we have the class body. Okay. All right. Then the main method header. All right, and that is a good point to go ahead and compile and see that everything is working out okay. All right, so everything's set up so far here. All right, and let's look back at the problem. It says the program should contain variables for the area and radius of a circle. Okay, so go in here and add those. I am going to make my radius a double to allow decimal values. Okay. And I'm just going to put some number in there. Let's just start off with a nice easy number of 1 inside there. All right, and then it wants a variable for the area. All right, so and it says the program should compute the area of the circle using the formula a equals pi r squared. All right, so in this program, this is basically our input part, right? We're just typing a number in for the radius. And now what we want to do is to put the formula pi r squared in there. So one thing you can do is do this, 14159, and then times the radius squared. All right, so the radius is being stored in this variable, so you should definitely, use the radius here. Don't retype this number in this spot right here because that's inefficient. Remember, when you are writing these programs, what you need to do is to make it so that they can be reused with the least amount of effort, right? So if you take and put this number in here, and then you want to change the problem again, well, then you're going to have to redo it in both places. All right. All right. Next up, we need to do the radius squared, right? There is no exponentiation operator in Java, right? So one way that you can do the squared is like this, radius times radius, okay? And that's fine for squared, but it's not so great for if you had to raise something to the 17th power, right? You wouldn't want to type out radius times radius times radius like 17 times, okay? So we're just going to leave it this way for a second, and then we are going to, I'm going to show you how to make this calculation a little bit better. All right. All right, and so that's the process. Remember in the previous video, the gas mileage video, I talked about the fact that these programs that we write at the beginning are basically not going to have the form input and then process and then output. So that's exactly how this is going to be. And so now it's time to just put a basic message in here, system.out.println, and then the area, I think, is what needs to be displayed. It just says print the results to the screen. All right, so we're going to do that, and we should get 3.14159 as our area, right? So that is looking good. Okay. So I've got the basics here of what they want us to do. But just to improve this a little bit, one place or a couple places things can be improved up here. So one thing here is the fact that with pi, right, there's already a built-in constant in Java. If you look in this file here, it shows some math commands in Java and how they would get executed, some common ones, right? And you can see there's math.square root, math.pow, math.max, math.absolute value of x. And on the second slide here, you can see that they're using math.pi. So math.pi, capital P, capital I, is how you would do the value of pi in Java. So that's one thing that we can do is instead of using this value, we could just put math.pi. So there is a class called math. It contains all those methods that you just saw, as well as the constant pi. And you can see now we're going to get it to a lot more decimal places. Not like that really matters, but it's built in. So it's just better to use this built in unless you specifically want it rounded to use some value here. But that would be a pretty rare instance. All right, the next thing is in that slide that I showed, or in the slides that I showed you, there's math.pow, right? That's how you would raise a base to an exponent. So in this case, the base would be the radius. So it would be math.pow radius. And then we want to raise it to the second power. Okay, so this expression up here can be replaced with math.pow. And then it's the radius that we want to raise and to the 2.0 power. Okay. So that will get us the radius. Okay. All right, let's get back here and look at our problem statement. Actually, I think we had accomplished everything. The one thing that definitely needs to be improved with what we have here so far is that the message of the output is not very good. It just, again, spits out the number. Really, you should give the user some context to what is this number, okay? All right, so we're going to add a little message in here, a little bit better than the one we had for the gas mileage. All right, so we're going to say the area of a circle with radius is, now let's even put units, is all right. And so you can see this line is starting to get a little long, and we still have some more stuff to type. So what you can do is just go down a line when you have one of these pluses right here, and then keep typing. That way you don't have a line that runs like off the screen, so you have to like do this when you're looking at it, which is kind of a pain. All right, so you shouldn't make these lines too long. All right, so the area of a circle with radius, whatever units, is, all right, and then we're going to spit out the area, and that would be in square units. All right, so let's try that. All right, so it looks good. The message is good. The one thing you probably don't like is all these decimal places like this. Most people's reaction is, okay, how do I make it not display that many decimal places? And we're going to leave that for chapter 3. Okay, so in the chapter 2 problems, don't worry about it. Just let it go for a little bit. All right, but then in chapter 3, I'll show you exactly how to control those, control that. All right, and then from then on out, I'll kind of expect you to do it with the formatted print method. All right, let's change this up. So you can see that if I want to reuse this program, right, all I've got to do is change line 5, and boom, everything is automatically updated. I do not have to make any other changes, right, to the program whatsoever. So again, make sure that you are not using these values up here, right, in the rest of your program. make sure that you are using these variables in here. So that way, right, again, the reusability is increased. It makes it easier to reuse this program. All right, that's it on this one.